from the sadness in your eyes. Give you courage in a world of compromise. What's up, everybody? Coach Nandy here from Nandy After Dark. It's been a few days, but I'm here. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Just got my notification. So the notifications work just fine for me. Let me go in and do a couple things really quickly. If I could. There we go. What's up, everybody? What's up, Miman crew? Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Nandy After Dark show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nandy After Dark. You guys come on in and take a seat and make sure you please hit the like, the heart, the smiley face, the huggy emoji, the shock John, that laughy John. Hit all the feels. Oh, let me put, hi Marvette. Let me put the link. We have a special guest tonight. Let's see. Say copy and then take this off. And then you guys, I've been offline for a few days, as you know. I told you guys that we were shifting our focus here on the show, although people have been they've been in touch with things that they want to continue to come on and do things, you know, and take the show in a direction that, you know, at this time, we're not moving the show in the direction of. However, there have been a couple of heavy hitters who've been reaching out to me about some things that they want to come on the show and say. I cannot say who it is, and it may not even be who you're thinking. But so, you know, I've just been busy. I haven't even been able to entertain any of those conversations in depth. But I'm here now. You guys make sure you hit all the feels, please. The heart, the smiley face, the huggy emoji, the shock joint, the thumbs up. And please share this live. I will definitely appreciate it. Lots of things moving and working in the background that I'm working on and doing. Catching up on my wig orders, child. I know people hate to hear it. What's up, Tana? Hey, I have to call you back, Tana. I know I answered your call the other day, but I was busy. I couldn't talk. So I do owe you a call back. I know you were just catching up. But what's up, everybody? I heard a boop. Oh, our special guest is in the green room. What's up, Callie Living Life? Yay, I'm off work and I don't have time to sneak. I don't have to sneak to get the tea. Oh my God. What's up, Shell Jones? Hi, Miss Booker. Hello to everyone. You guys, please make sure you're hitting all the feels. It's free. It's free 99, huh? We have a special guest on tonight. Tonight, we're going to be covering hot topics. And I really wanted to do this. I talked about last week how we were going to cover the Wendy Williams situation. And it's a lot going on with that. I wanted to make sure all 4 parts were out before I jumped the gun and, you know, started talking about it. I really, really wanted to get a feel for it. Listen, I grew up listening to Wendy, all right, on the New York radio every day. She was on Hot 97, Kiss FM 107.5 was the last radio station that she was on before she made her departure for television. So we'll get into some of that and all that good stuff. And her psychosis that's happening with her. We have a guest on who'll be able to break some of that down for us and answer questions and etc. So you guys make sure you're hitting all the feels. Girl, me too at 8 a.m. I don't know what that means. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Adrian. How are you? Hi, Mike Cray. I was about to call you today. Oh, Lord. When I'm not online for a few days, y'all start going ballistic. Why is that? Huh? Why is that? Y'all get in my inbox. Y'all call me on numbers that I'm like, how did this person even get this number? Y'all call me on numbers. Y'all inbox me. I don't check my inboxes every day. You know, that kind of stuff. But I miss you guys too when I'm not here. Definitely. Let me see. Okay. Before we get into bring our guest on, let me do something right quick. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. The hot topics that we're going to be talking about Wendy Williams. We're also going to be talking about black ice because this is a hot topic as far as I'm concerned. Y'all know we had a guest on last week named Tammy, and Tammy came on and told us all manner of things. And some of the things that she said, I was even shocked by because she hadn't told me. But one of the things that she had told us, that we talked about on the show prior to her coming onto the show, so previously, was the video that had been shown to her of Black Ice's vagina, and of Black Ice satisfying herself. All things that there's no shame in that. She's a grown ass woman. But you know, that video was shared, and Tammy saw it and we heard all about it. So everyone knows about it now, which is a damn, I mean, it's a very damning thing. And Black Ice has responded, and I have her response. In response to that video, she's upset, she's outraged, she's hurt, she's mad, she's shocked, and she's pressing charges. And we're going to talk about that and get into her her response to the video of her vagina being shown without her permission and her consent. I mean, it's just terrible. So so we'll talk about that and a couple other things too, because I know you guys you know, were interested in, what's up, OG, what her response was to you know, to that, to her vagina being shown, you know, and everybody around the world knowing about it. I mean, it's just so I was surprised to get that response, and I will share it with you guys. Oh, here it is. Okay. I would try and shield your innocence from time, but the part of life I gave you isn't mine. My yesterday. I hadn't heard that song in a long time, you guys. If I could. Okay. So you guys know that we need to definitely do a little bit of quick housekeeping. All right. Make sure you guys hit all the fields. It's free 99 while I'm going through this. I'm gonna breeze through it tonight. All right. Please don't get blocked. I don't like blocking people. You know, I tell my admins to not be so block happy too, because they will do it in my stead. So, but please don't put any stickers, alarms, bell whistles, etc. All right. I just don't like to see it on the page. Influencer names. We will be talking about a few people tonight. I do need to update this to take this influencer names off and replace it with something similar, but not quite as stringent. And then no BS. Keep it cute or keep it on mute. Copyright disclaimer, we're covered over here. We review things for research or study, criticism or review. I have a very critical eye, so there's that. Criticism or review. Let me make sure my picture's up here. Hold on. Okay. Criticism or review. We do a lot of parody and satire over here, and reporting the news. We're a news reporting page, period. All right. Amongst other things. Quick disclaimer, everything I say is allegations. It's allegedly, written or spoken, either by myself or other teammates to the page. Anything and everything on this page. It's all allegations. Nothing is the gospel. Nothing in life that you see or hear or read, I don't give a damn. I don't care what it is. Even the Bible, you know, it was written by man. So no matter what you're reading off of, it could be the Bible or a court document. You don't know anything. You only know what you see before you, and that's usually not all of the pieces of the puzzle. So I don't profess to know these people or what's really going on with them. These are just my thoughts and opinions. All right. And everything's allegedly. Also, we're non-discriminatory. I love all my brothers and sisters across the world, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your sexual orientation or sexual preference. It's no more significant to me than the flavor of ice cream that you like, huh? And then hold harmless. All right. So let's get off of that. Make sure you moisturize your ankles. Not just, you know what I'm saying, down to your ankles, because you can see there's a color variation here. So make sure you take your shoe off and you moisturize those ankles, the heels of your feet, huh? And your foot all together. All right. Be thorough with it. Don't half-ass it. Don't just put lotion down to your shin. Go all the way down with that shit. All right. Okay. All right. What's up, Brenda Jordan? Better grab me some pot holders because I have a feeling that this tea's gonna be hot, baby. Okay, so before we get into the Black Ice stuff and some of the other things, as you can see, Behind me is the purple chair. Wendy Williams is an icon. She's a legend. And she was not very popular amongst the people who she talked about. And she did her job anyway. She would always tell us, I'm not their girl, meaning the celebrities. I'm the streets girl. That's what she would say. I watched Wendy for many, I would listen to her first. And then when she got a TV show, I watched her, faithfully. Wendy Williams was a loudmouth, very bold, and she said it like she meant it. And, we all found humor in it. Very informative, very entertaining. Wendy Williams is, she's a legend, right? She did the work that, other people would, mix words with, or, only talk about people who they were not cool with. She talked about everyone, and she brought it, right? She wasn't just online running her mouth about nonsensical stuff. She talked about things that captivated the people who watched her show. She was very polarizing. And, it was very sad when her decline started. And she, if you watch Wendy's show, that her decline started well before this recent diagnosis. But the last 2 years of her show, you could see Wendy was forgetting things. She wasn't as sharp or astute. She often relied upon Norman to give her, the information, fill in the pieces and the blanks for her in a lot of different areas. And it was very disheartening to see her lose her grip. This very sharp person. But she had a lot of things happen to her, and I'll let our mental health professional talk a bit about that. I won't steal her thunder. But she did have a lot of things happen to her. And unfortunately, they just did a documentary about her, docuseries, which I watched all the parts of. And I was sad. I was very sad because no one deserves. People are like, oh, she's getting her just desserts. Oh, she did it to everyone else. But no one, I don't delight. I've told you guys this many times. No matter who talks about me or what, I don't delight in other people's downfall. That's the difference. I don't delight in it. But people are delighting in it, and it's really sad and disheartening. So without further ado, I will bring on our guests so we can get into some of the things that Wendy's been diagnosed with, and some of the things that may have brought that on. And then I will actually, before I bring her on, I'm going to play a small clip for you guys that I recorded. And then we'll get into it. It's a very, very small, high level overview of some of the things that happened on the documentary and that we'll be talking about.
It was to be famous. Showtime. There's only one Wendy Williams.
The boss is walking, everybody.
Nobody can do it like Wendy.
No one.
People love Wendy.
You are a star to all of us.
She was in her living room every single day for 12 years.
Yep, I guess that'll do.
And that's what people responded to, her authenticity. And then at the peak of her career, she was gone.
Are we ready?
Yeah, waiting on you.
All right. And away we go.
Love you, Wendy.
All I know is how to be famous. I really want to be back on television.
You're gonna be back on TV. That's easy.
My mom has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always.
Wendy, make sure you look here. 1, 2, 3.
But in reality, there's something wrong going on.
Did you see a neurologist to find out if I'm crazy? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
As her family, we were all sitting on the sidelines watching, and she was crying out for help.
Did you drink this whole thing today?
Keep it there.
Okay.
Keep it there.
My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough.
She has people around who are yes people and allowing this to continue.
This is all too much. Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are. This doesn't look like anything familiar.
I think she's losing memory.
Have you guys noticed that?
How dare him? I control men. I weigh 138.
Anybody could look at her and tell this is not just alcohol. There's something more going on. I miss my family.
I'll be here.
Please be here.
No matter how many times somebody may fall down, you gotta lift them back up.
We all make choices in life. We all go through our challenges. She's still a person.
How you doing?
That's my sister.
There have been random people around you,
Stealing money from me.
getting money, whatever the case may be.
Enough.
Can you tell me where your sister is?
No, I don't know the exact location of where she is.
I feel like the guardian has not done a good job of protecting my mom.
My life. My life.
Right now, she's weak and vulnerable, and she needs to be around people who aren't going to take advantage of that.
I have no friends.
You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you?
No, I don't.
Everything is really good.
I know.
I think that the guardianship system is broken. We are her family, and you tell me that I'm not capable of taking care of my sister. What would you do? What should I do?
I love being famous. But family is everything. So good to see you again, Dad.
It's good to see you, man.
Everything.
Where is Wendy Williams? A 2-night documentary event premieres Saturday.
All right. So without further ado, that was hard. I mean, even just watching that small piece was so difficult to watch. There's a term called he or she has come undone. It's old term. I mean, Wendy has come undone right in front of our eyes, and it's very, very sad and very disheartening. I don't have anything to say about her because I don't delight in the downfall of other people. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring our special guest on. You guys, hi, Miss Roberta. You guys, Miss Roberta, I know you know exactly who Wendy is, etc. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Nurse Latanya. She has been on with us before. She's kind of like our resident nurse now. She is she has 25 plus years in the psych nursing space. So I wanted to enlist her aid in helping me break this down and really digging into this Wendy Williams thing, because Wendy Williams is a worldwide icon, period. So let me go ahead and bring her on. Hi, Latanya.
Hi, everyone.
Girl, you looking like grandpappy with them twists done up, baby.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna put it.
You giving grandpappy tease, honey.
I'm gonna put it back up if I'm looking like grandpappy.
I'm just saying, y'all twinsies. No,
oh, cut it out already.
I'm just teasing. Mike Ray said, "Don't do her, Nandy. No, she's not."
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So listen, we're talking about Wendy Williams. I did ask you to watch the documentary, so you can be up to speed and everything, which you did. So, tell us, if you would, please, what's going on with Wendy? What do you think, and what brought it on, and etc.
Well, I think I was listening to you earlier about there was definitely something going on with her before this diagnosis and before she even left the workspace. And, I'm no doctor, but just from my observation, I think she had started dealing with some mental health illnesses prior, nothing major. And it could have been structured. It could have been something as far as a TIA, which is like a light stroke. But there was something neurological going on with her prior. Mm-hmm. And then along with what happened, sometimes some type of trauma brings out illnesses that they may be there below the surface. There are a lot of us are only just
one situation away from a breakdown,
from a mental illness. And sometimes the people around us are really those that keep us going. And then I think when COVID hit, which means a lot of us spent a lot of time alone. And if you realize that the mental health it increased during COVID. Many people, a lot of mental illnesses came out. So a lot of us are dependent upon just the stimulation from other people that keeps us afloat. So
Right.
along with the divorce,
Mm-hmm.
COVID, then losing her mother, and then
Right.
with the issue she was having on set, because I think she had to leave set a couple of times. I think
Right.
of all of that brought on so much to then she started to self-medicate. I don't think the alcohol part played a part in the beginning, but it was the major part of the devil in the end, because she was
Right.
trying to self-medicate in order. Sometimes a lot of mentally ill people, they self-medicate in order not to deal with reality.
Right.
So drunk, I don't deal with reality. If I'm asleep, I'm not having to face and deal with reality.
Right.
So I think a lot of Wendy's, it started there and then it spiraled out of control.
Right. Right. Those are great points. I mean, Wendy is, to your point, has dealt with so much over the last couple of years. The infidelity, and then on top of that, because I think Wendy accepted the cheating, right? For quite some time, but the piece that sent her over the edge was not just the cheating, because I think she knew about that and she was okay with that. I think it was the baby, the pregnancy, and bringing a child into the world. And now, see, you can hide infidelity, right? So much so, you can kind of keep that under wraps. But when a baby is brought into the equation, now you have to come out and face and tell everybody in the world. Now you're the hot topic, very much so.
Right.
And I think that was a lot for Wendy to deal with, in addition to losing her mom, as you said, and so many other things. So,
and especially coming from her, her role as the hot topic deliverer. And I'm a hot topic, because so I can imagine. I can only imagine what she must have been through. And then another thing too, Nandy, I feel like myself that I felt so bad watching that documentary, and I felt a little bit like she was exploited. I feel like when her mental was as bad as it was, that documentary should have been stopped. Until she's in a better space, because the thing about alcohol dementia, with the right medication and treatment, it can be halted. It can't be. You can stop it from further. As far as like Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia, they're going to continue to progress. There are medications that makes them go slower. There is no cure for that. But I did learn that alcohol dementia, it can be stopped where it is, so it can no longer progress, but it won't regress, but it won't progress.
Right, that makes sense.
So there's an ability that she may have, she might be able to come back to the set if she gets a hold of things now and not continue to drink like she's drinking. But I feel like the documentary should have been stopped. I felt like a bit that she was exploited.
Yeah, I agree with that. There was a part, if you guys haven't watched all 4 parts, you're doing yourself a disservice if you are a Wendy fan. It's hard to watch, but it's hard not to watch. Like you want to know too, right? One of the things that happened was her publicist was talking about getting her ready to go to NBC and filling her head with this, NBC is going to give me a show, and she flew her out to California, where NBC was, without the knowledge of her guardian and her, her handler, really, and got out there and was telling and set up this interview, her publicist with NBC, and was telling Wendy, yes, they want to talk to you about a podcast. And Wendy was like, I know they're going to say yes, like absolutely. She's the Wendy Williams. Let's be clear, okay? Yes. So in her mind, she's still a legend. She is a legend, but she's not the person she was 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago. You know what I mean? She is a totally different person, but she had the same expectations that she had if she was Wendy from 5 years ago. So took her up to NBC offices, and they didn't take the cameras inside, but they said, oh, we'll call you. It's like kind of when you go to a store and you apply for credit and your credit's shot, and they give you, the lady at the counter is like, oh, you'll get a letter in the mail You know, it's it's a soft decline. Like they don't want to tell you to your face, you know, your credit's effed up. Get out of here. So they said, "Oh, we'll get back to you," and they didn't get back to her. And then when they did, they weren't interested because Wendy is not well. But setting her up for setting her expectations that high was setting her up to for failure and for a relapse, because you can see she was very spunky and almost witty while she was in California trying to go to these interviews. But then when she got the no, she went back into her stupor. And you know, it was the documentary is very, very, very hard to watch and very sad.
And see, that shouldn't have never happened with someone with mental illness. That should have never happened. They should have.
Right.
You want to be as truthful with them as possible.
Right.
And even some of the things that they think, some of the delusions they're having, lots of times we're taught that you don't tell them, you know, like for instance, someone with dementia that says, "Mama," and you don't turn around and say, "Your mom is dead." You just, you know, there's certain things that we always thought you're supposed to, because I thought that before working around it so much, I thought that you do, I mean, you make sure they know, but no, they studies show that you don't tell them that your mom is dead, or you don't tell them that your spouse is dead, or whatever. You kind of, not that you tell them either way, but you don't like argue with them. And they said worst thing is argue with a demented person.
Right.
And
absolutely.
And you know, I know working in the Psych hospital, I was, you know, when I was younger and, you know, seeing people talking, I would say, "Oh, that man's talking to himself." But really, they really hear the voices. And I didn't think they hear the voices. But when I started working in the Psych field, one day I had the liberty to put on a headset to let me see what they hear all day. And it is just mind-blowing what you hear, and they hear it. The doctors will tell you that they hear this is due to the chemical imbalance, but they hear it. So
But wait, hold up, pause. So you're saying you heard it too?
Yeah, I had to put on my headsets to let me hear what it sounds like. I didn't hear.
Wait, hold on. So you heard someone talking to themselves, and then you said that there was a voice talking back to them. Is that right?
No. So when I'm saying that, when you hear a mentally ill person talking, they're talking to the voices in their heads.
Right.
And so we're so used to knowing, because I know I don't hear a voice, so therefore you don't hear a voice. That's what we think. But then I learned in working in the mental health facility, they actually hear the voices due to a chemical imbalance. So in order for us to know what it was like, we were able to put headphones on to experience what they are experiencing. So,
but how did you guys do that logistically? Like, what was the setup of that? I'm very curious about this kind of stuff.
So, recording. It wasn't. We didn't hear what they heard. It was a recording to let us know what the things that they are hearing, what kinds of things, like the voices in your ear saying things. So I had the earphones on, like listening to a radio.
Yeah.
In my ear, things like "you're worthless," things like "kill yourself."
So you're saying that y'all simulated.
Yes.
Okay, that's totally different then. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So but what I'm saying is just even simulating it, it was almost unbearable throughout today to say, if I was trying to function, even with that on, I'm sitting there because, okay, I'm trying to experience this. But just say on a normal day when I don't want to experience that and there's nothing I can do about it. So imagine going about your daily and you hear this all day long, you hear these voices all day long, and you're trying to go about your day and do the things you need to do, and you're constantly got a voice in your ear, and it's usually negative voices, and it's usually that are telling them things like "you're worthless," "go kill yourself," or you know, even sometimes homicidal, you know, voices for other people. You notice some of the murders that happen with a mental health person, and they'll say the voices told me to do it, or God told me to do it, even though a lot of it be psychosis and delusions, but still those people actually hear voices.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you never know someone else's plight in life. You never know, which again is one of the reasons why my delivery and style with everything, not just Carmen and Tay, with anyone, you know, is different than it would have been a year ago, whatever. But you never know someone's plight in life.
Yeah.
And sometimes we lose sight of that for a while. And then you might have an incident that brings you back to reality, like when Carmen and Tay lied on me and got me thrown in that booking space in jail. I didn't go upstairs, but and the young lady I told you guys about who took the pen from up front at the desk in the booking area and stuck it into her vein. You never know why you're put in a situation or what someone is going through around you. You never know. You never, ever, ever know. And so, you know, mentally ill people, you know, and depressed people, a lot of times, especially depressed people, you never know that a person if a person is depressed or not. They could walk around happy as a lark and, you know, at night, maybe self-medicating or hurting themselves physically by cutting or doing different things to themselves. You never know. So it's always great to take a moment. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anyone else is perfect. It's great to just take a moment and step outside of yourself and be kind to someone just for no reason at all. Just say hello, you know, or acknowledge someone because you never know what somebody's going through.
And sometimes, Nandy, lots of times when I was doing home health with the mentally ill, and I had a lot of patients that, you know, were just dealing with depression. And the thing about it is that lots of times they fake it. You know, they put this happy persona on, and then you hear about them the next day where they're slitted their wrist.
Yeah.
You know, but then I saw them the day before and they seemed bubbly. So in my documentation, I'm documenting what I saw, and then called the next day that they had to, you know, that the emergency psych team had to go out for the night.
Yeah.
So a lot of times they fake it to seem happy and bubbly and on top of it, and they're really lots of times they're really severely depressed.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot because we all wear these masks. All of us, every one of us, you know, and depending the degree of which we wear these masks varies, you know, from person to person, situation. But we all wear masks. We all do things that we don't feel like doing, don't want to do, or put up with situations that we don't want to put up with, whatever they may be in life. And when that mask falls off, it is a very heavy thud, okay? Because it's a heavy mask. And, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, we live in a society where, in Wendy's case, this was so jarring to me also about Wendy's situation. The fact that the government is basically treating her like state property.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that her family cannot get you know, guardianship of her. She can't be with them, she can't live with them. The state has custody of her and her money and has given control of her money and her life to an outside professional guardianship or guardian is absolutely astounding to me, because Wendy's family is not a bunch of druggies, crackheads, thugs, criminals. These are educated, respectable people and professionals, and you know, upstanding movers and shakers in society. And the fact that they were denied even access to her is astounding to me.
Right. That's what I didn't understand. I didn't understand, like, okay, I get it if they felt like and exploited, but I didn't get, why are they keeping her away from her family? Like there was no physical abuse claim. So that would be the only I would see that they would, you know, if there was some type of physical abuse. So I'm not standing unless they're thinking they're enabling her with the alcohol. But as far as her money is concerned, I did read somewhere where supposedly like her son went through like $100,000 on Uber Eats, and you know, so I get that if somebody needed to step in, because Wendy may have given him the permission, but at the same time, she was in no state of mind to be. She probably wouldn't given that type of permission if she was in her right state of mind. So I get hard when it comes to the money, but I'm still not understanding why they isolating her from her family.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's true. That is true. And when you're dealing with contracts, someone who's underage or not of sound mind, the contract becomes null and void. It's not a valid contract if they sign it, because legally, again, they're not of sound mind, to enter into a contract, and agree to the terms and understand the terms and etc. So I understand all that. But somebody wanted to come on. The StreamYard link is up for those of you who want to come on to talk about this. Definitely. Sheila Boone. The link is there, but I'll put it up again. But I mean, just denying her family access, her sister, and even if they didn't give it to her son, because her son had guardianship, but then they took the guardianship away from him because they said he was excessively spending her money. But you don't know what Wendy was doing for him before, But for the state to take control of someone's life like that, when they have a capable, loving family who wants nothing more than to take care of their family member, is crazy as hell to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And someone made a point, which I absolutely agree with. Eve said, you see, they're not doing that to Bruce. I've said this before about Kanye West. All right. Kanye, to me, he's the one who needs a guardianship, to me. But men in society in this country gets a lot more leeway, a lot more consideration, a lot more freedom than women. You see what they did to Britney? She's a woman.
Right.
But Bruce Willis is out here suffering from very similar dementia, but he still, he doesn't have a conservatorship and a guardianship and all that stuff like Wendy has, and neither does Kanye, who's out here just, acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But he still is able to maintain his money. So this country, not only is it very racist, it's extremely, extremely very sexist too.
True. I agree.
Mm-hmm. So the link is up for those of you who wanted to join. Someone was asking about it. It's all about money and color. I would agree with that. And sexuality and sex as well. Let's see. Nandy Live is everything. It's not just talking about Tate and Carmen, which her beef with them still stands, but she's so creative and informative with a natural talent. Nandy, have that. No one can duplicate. Keep going, Coach. You're up there. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's so sweet to say. The link, thanks, Miss Booker. Miss Booker said the link for the panel is pinned below. So thank you. So that way I don't have to keep pinning it. No one will be able to keep me from my family or parents. So, Latanya, what do you think about, Wendy wanting alcohol? Because I have my thoughts on it, but I want to hear yours and you guys as well. What about Wendy wanting to drink alcohol? Isn't she grown? Let me just put it out there. Isn't she grown? Isn't she an adult? Isn't it her body? She's not pregnant. She's good and grown. She's worked all her life. Why is it that she can't have alcohol? Huh? Let me know.
Well, I agree with you on the part, that she's grown. It's her body. That's her choice. And at the end of the day, she should be allowed to if she wants to. But on the other hand, in the excess that she's taking it in, because alcohol, dementia, you're at a higher risk when you have more than 1 to 14 drinks a day. So, which meaning if 1 to 14 drinks a day, you're at moderate risk. So that means anything more than that. So that means in excess to the point of like what has happened to her. So the only thing that's going to happen is she'll continue to steady decline. But like you said, that's her right. But in America, there are laws, that you can have just the same thing as the 50-50, 51-50. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So if you think, because I had to do that. I have a friend of mine whose daughter suffers from mental illness. So of course, because I'm a psych nurse, she calls me all the time. My husband, sometimes he gets frustrated with it because he's afraid that I may end up in a bad situation.
Right.
But she calls me every time and I go over and, the last time we ended up having to have her admitted. So in the United States of America, if you're whatever you're doing, if you're becoming a danger to yourself or a danger to others, there is laws that you can be admitted and, put in. So I had my daughter admitted. They only wanted to keep her 3 days because, of course, they want to push you in and push you out.
Right.
And they called me that night and said, after 3 days, can you come get her? And I said, no, I'm not coming to get her until she get the help that she needs, because she was also, hers was drug-induced psychosis on top of, she had an underlying mental illness, but she had psychosis. So I told him, no, I'm not coming to get her until she gets some help. And do you know they put her out on the streets?
Of course they put her out on the street. That's what they do. Here, those are great points. Also, here in America, if somebody's psychotic, right? Like, let's say you have a psychotic, I don't know, daughter, and you want to take her to go and get help and get her committed and all that. Do you know here in America that they have to they have to hurt themselves or someone else first before they will actually give them the help that they need beyond those 3 days, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, very.
But, we have a couple of
to try to have her daughter admitted, and because she had not, like you're absolutely right, because I just experienced this, and because she had not touched her mother, because she was like kind of aggressive toward her mother, and her mother's like 70-something years old, and I was like, no, she's gonna hurt her mother. She needs some help. And they was like, then they asked me, did she hit her? No, she didn't hit her. I wasn't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And do you know they left? And I came home thinking everything was okay. And then my friend, called me again and said, could you come over? Is she doing this or what? And then I end up back over there late at night, and we admitted. But you're absolutely right. It's literally, and I asked him, I said, does she have to kill her for you guys to do something?
Yeah, they do actually have to hit them. You guys make sure you hit the heart, the smiley face, the like, the huggy emoji, the thumbs up. Please hit all the fills. They're free 99. We have a couple of guests on. I think the first person who joined was Karen. Hi, Karen. Not Karen, you on camera, baby girl. Did you know can you hear us?
She may be muted.
Karen, can you hear us? Are you on mute? All right, let's let her get her mic set up. Shells, are you there?
This is Sheila.
Sheila. Oh, Miss Sheila. Hi, Miss Sheila. How you doing? Sheila, what?
Hi, everybody. Sheila Boone from Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. Hi, Miss Sheila.
Yeah.
Did you want to weigh in on this topic?
Yes. The nurse, I forgot her name, but I forgot your name. But
LaTanya.
Yes, LaTanya. I had the same training that you had of hearing voices. And I urge anybody should get that training. So what they did was, and Nandy, you asked how did we deal with it? What they did was they gave us earphones, and we had like a pack on outside, and the sounds would come not all together. It would be nice and quiet, and then you'll hear whisper, then you'll hear loud noise, you'll hear positives, you'll hear negatives. So what they did was, this was a 4-hour training. They gave everybody a task in the community that they had to do wearing those earphones. Okay. So the tasks were, you had to go to the tire shop, order 2 tires. You had to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and ask for some kind of like 5 wings, 2, something real detailed.
Right.
You had to go sit in the doctor's office and wait for an appointment. You had to get on the MTA bus. And when I tell you, it is so important that people get this training, because they can understand and they can see exactly and feel exactly what the person is going through. And then and your family and your friends. And then you would look at people differently on the streets, that you see them talking to themselves, and you think, oh, they're crazy. No, they hear these voices, and the voices are real to them.
Right.
A lot of them are unmedicated. And you can't force anybody to do medication, which, Nurse Tanya, you just talked about. We was EPing people all the time. And like Nandy, like you said, if they're not a danger to themselves or others, you can forget it. They're not going to keep them in the hospital. And you got to fight. You got to fight really hard to keep them, to keep them clients, and tell them clients are serviced. I did this work for 25 years, and I'm so burned out. But I thought this topic is very good for people to understand what people with mental illness go through, the signs that you can see when it's starting, instead of when they get all the way there. Like Wendy had signs, seemed like she had signs coming. People could have noticed, or maybe they did notice, and just kind of ignored it. I don't know. But that was my 2 cents I want to put in, because this topic is very good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. What's your expertise?
Case management.
Okay, lovely. Thank you for that. I appreciate your input. Feel free to stick around on the panel if you like. Maybe you may be able to lend your expertise further.
And something real quick to Miss Sheila before the person speak.
Mm-hmm.
I worked hand in hand with case managers. So then when I did the home health, so we work hand in hand. So she's, if you worked in the mental health field, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, because each team had a nurse, a case manager, and then like a supervisor, and we kind of managed the mental health people from home to try to keep them at home if we could, to keep them out of psych hospitals and state hospitals. So we did that. I did that for about 5 years, where I would just have to go to their homes and check on them. And if things didn't look right to me, I would reach out to the case manager to make the proper calls, and the case manager would make the proper calls to get them admitted if they needed to go to the hospital.
Right. And also, I was the supervisor for case managers. I worked on that team that you're talking about. I was the senior case manager coordinator. And we had to make these decisions for these clients because they couldn't make decisions for themselves. You had to advocate for them. It was something, and it wears on people in mental health,
Right.
Working in mental health, I had to go to therapy, and I continue to go to therapy because I learned so many things that's happened to people, and it all falls on, a lot of it fell on me to make a decision about their life, where they live, how they spend their money, what clothes they could put on, what they could eat.
But
and
that's
my thing is,
but that's a very needed piece of the puzzle. It's all about continuum of care.
Right.
And coordinated care. That's the name of the game today in healthcare, is coordinated care, collaborative care, everyone working together toward one goal, giving the right care at the right time in the right setting. That's the name of the game in healthcare right now. It's moving away from that antiquated fee for service and get help when you can, how you can. It's a concerted effort. But I appreciate that. I want to give the other two people who've been waiting patiently a little bit of time to speak. Joy Martin, how are you? Miss Martin.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, loud and clear. What is your name?
Basically,
hold on. What is your name? Where are you
Joy
from?
Martin.
And what's your expertise on this topic?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta.
What's your
any more so expertise? I think basically, it's two words: Kevin Hunter. When he got like this, all because of Kevin.
Yeah.
This triggered the whole thing. She loved Kevin Hunter. She loved her husband, and she was hurt by that baby.
Right. Definitely.
She knew that Kevin messed around, but she didn't think it was that deep. Bringing a baby and taking her money and buying. She found out he bought that lady a house and all kinds of stuff with her money. All this started from Kevin Hunter. Period.
Yeah. Period. You're right. You absolutely right. I mean, as women, we give so much of ourselves in relationships that when it's not returned, not only is it not returned, but it's it's men a lot of times, and if you're in a relationship with a woman, but usually men, they trifle with the feelings of the women that they profess to love and care for, et cetera, et cetera. And we're all human. We are spiritual beings having a human experience here, and sometimes that human experience is just too much to bear, and so we start breaking down, questioning ourselves, cracking. There are cracks in the foundation, and then it becomes too much to bear, and everything falls down, and we become undone. And it's a really sad thing when you know a person before this happens, and then you see it happening to them and how they're trying to navigate in their new reality. It's very, very sad. So, Miss Karen, are you there? Karen, are you on mute? I think Karen
is she frozen?
I was going to say, I just saw her move. Karen, are you there? All right, I'm going to remove her from the studio for now. You can come back.
Nandy, I want to say this.
Technology together.
I want to say this real quick before Miss Karen comes back. I used to, when you see where a husband or a wife, kill the other one over when you think it's, because of whatever, the affair, whatever happened. And I used to say, what they got to kill them for? Just move on, just go on. But I had an experience where for a minute there, I probably think maybe I had snapped. You know, it was dealing with my ex-husband, and it was after the divorce. But after the divorce, he started to really. I'm from a small town. Albany, Georgia is a small town, and he became very humiliating. You know, once we split up, you know, he was out there like a dog in heat, and even to the point that he had made advances at a close friend of mine, and then he made advances at one of my friend's daughter, who turned around and she was in the mall. He was walking behind her, old grown behind man, whistling at her, and she looked at him and she said, "I know you. You're my auntie. You're my auntie Tanya husband." And he said, "Oh, you still fine as hell." You know, in other words, that took me up the place to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you." So I called him up and I said, "Why are you? It's embarrassing. The things that you're doing are embarrassing." And he told me, "Me and you ain't together no more. You can't tell me what to do." And Nandy, it started to the point where he became so humiliating until I snapped, and I was going, you know, my mind was made up that I was going to kill him, and well, unalive him. You can't say that word on. So I was going to unalive.
You didn't say it now.
So let me tell you how I actually snapped. I called the pawn shop because I knew some guys in the pawn shop. I asked the guys, you know, "Will you sell me a gun? Can I get a gun today?" And the guy was like, "What do you need a gun for?" And I lied. I said, "There's break-in in my neighborhood and I need some protection." And so the guy was like, "Down, sure, we'll sell you a gun." And you know, probably in the state of Georgia, you know, you have to register your gun, or you can, you know, I think you go through the process, takes about a week to get your register. So he was sell me the gun without making me go through those because he knew me. And then "Would you sell me bullets today too?" And my mind was made up that I was going to go to my ex-husband's job and I was going to put that gun in his head. And on my way out the door, I was already playing. My mind was made up. I had already made up in my mind that my sister is going to take care of my son because, you know, she was always good with him and he always stayed with her because she had bored. And Nandy, I was walking out the door, ready to go and end it for him just because of humiliation. And I know I had snapped. And when I got to my door and I grabbed my doorknob to go out, it hit me. "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I fell to the floor. And I cried and I prayed. I said, "Lord, take this evil out of my heart."
I mean, I think we've all been to that point. You know, we can all identify with what you're saying is what I'm saying. I think we've all been to a breaking point about something or someone in our life. But you know, when you have the you know, when you are a praying person, when you are an otherwise mentally stable person, then you know you kind of get reeled back into reality before you actually snap and do something to someone. Because believe me, I've been there. I mean, I think we all have had, you know, people who we would definitely snap on if
I feel
opportunity presented. Who's talking? Hold on. I think we will all snap. They can't hear us if we're talking at the same time. So, who was that? Was that Lisa? Who was that? That was Sheila, I think.
Yeah,
Michelle.
me.
Who's me? Joy Martin?
Joy, yes. But basically, I was saying, you know, if Wendy was really was a praying person, God would have brought her through this. You know, Wendy wasn't a praying person. I don't think she was really. You know, she probably know of God and been to church, stuff like that, but the Lord wouldn't dwell in her, you know, because she wouldn't have cracked like that. You know, I mean, she was on top of the world. I mean, she had everybody tuning in the Wendy Williams show. I mean, oh my God. I mean, really? Seriously? I mean, is that serious? Having a man is just that serious. I mean, you are hurt, but I mean, eventually, I'm making mad paper. She making mad paper. I mean, life can go on. She'll meet somebody else. You know,
that's not to say that people who know God, pray to a God, can't go through trials and tribulations. So
Right.
it's not to say that if she was a praying person, this wouldn't happen to her. I mean, the heaviest burdens are given to the prayer warriors and to people who have relationships.
Oh
with
yeah,
God, so that they can work
I know
out
that.
their faith.
But one thing you have to realize is mental illness can hit anybody. It
That's
doesn't
right.
discriminate. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you got a lot, a little bit. I don't care if you're pretty, you're ugly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your background, anything. It does not discriminate. If you have it in your genes, sometimes it's just in your genes. You can pray. You have a lot of praying people that go to church with illnesses. Thank God for it. But it's not because they don't have it.
Right. Absolutely. And not just that, even if it's not in your genes and your DNA, you just heard nurse Latanya say, and as they said on the show, that this is an alcohol-induced state of dementia she's dealing with. So this is not necessarily something that's genetic. This is brought on by the damage that's done to her brain from the alcohol. Huh? And so you meaning you don't even need to have a predisposition for dementia in order to get dementia. It could be brought on by, as Nurse Latanya said, trauma and different things, and alcohol, and et cetera, et cetera. But you're absolutely right. Mental illness doesn't have a face. It can affect, and it can impact each and every one of us, and it does. Every person at some point in time in their life, and if you haven't, keep living, will have some type of mental imbalance because of their situation that they're in at the moment, or something with the family, or whatever it may be. You're going to have some type of chemical imbalance in your brain, and you're going to suffer inwardly and outwardly. It'll show. So it's just really unfortunate that so many people are talking about Wendy like she's getting what she deserves, when the reality is this can happen to any one of us.
Right.
Any one of us. We never know. Rochelle, hi Rochelle. Rochelle said we never know what we'll do until we're faced with certain situations. 100%.
Right. Right. Because I totally, I wasn't me. For a moment there, I don't know what had happened with me, but I totally wasn't. I totally experienced something that I had never. It was scary. When I finally came back off it and realized I was doing the wrong thing, it was scary. My heart was like literally popping out of my chest, because I saw how close I came to giving up my nursing career, to not being there for my son, leaving my son behind for someone else to care for him, losing my home. Everything that I had accomplished, I was about to let it go because someone had gotten under my skin. And not that I wanted him back, because I was done with him, but the humiliation. He was, like I said, we're from a small town.
Yeah.
People didn't know. My nieces, I guess, they thought that they should report to me what he was doing, but they would come back and, oh, I saw him at the club and he was dancing on some lady butt, and and all these things. It was too much coming in at once, and I was like, how dare him humiliate me like this?
Yeah.
And for the mere fact that we're not together anymore, but I was like, you can have some kind of respect though. So I was like, okay, you don't want to give me no respect, I'll show you. And I was to ending my whole career behind someone. So
it can happen. It can happen if you don't. Again, if you're not, listen. I was taught that you can always tell who spent time in the presence of God by, very simply and very easily, by how much it takes to piss a person off. Huh? If somebody steps on your foot and you go ballistic over it, I can tell that you haven't spent a lot of time in the presence of God, working on your whatever God you pray to, working on your connection with him. The more time you spend in the presence of God, the more tempered your temper is, the more patience you have for people and problems in life. People should be able to tell that you are different than a person who's out there just doing X, Y, and Z, because you react differently, not respond, but you react and respond differently to things that's thrown your way. You can always tell who's been spending time in the presence of God about how they react and respond to different things around them that's happening around them, and their patience level with it, how they handle it. And I'm not saying that you're not going to get mad, but it should take you longer to get pissed off about something so trivial than it does a person who
Right.
hasn't spent time in the presence of God.
I agree 100%, Nandy. You said it.
So all right. So this is just, it's devastating, talking about Wendy and seeing her in this state. If you haven't watched the documentary, it's 4 parts. I was waiting until the last 2 parts came out, and they did, I think, late yesterday. And so it's absolutely devastating. In life, we are very helpless. We come into this world helpless. And then we become, movers and shakers and able to do things. And then we regress back to that helplessness. And Wendy is regressing faster and not in a natural manner than even her father, who's her father, but not to the point of regression of where she is. It's really sad to watch. And I'm rooting for Wendy. I'm rooting for her. Latanya, that's good to know what you said about, because it's alcohol-induced dementia. She can, slow it down or, halt it where it is, not necessarily going back to fix it, but stopping it where it is and doing some therapy and that kind of stuff. So that's good to know, because I didn't know that with alcohol-induced dementia, that was something that can be stopped dead in its tracks and, et cetera, as opposed to natural dementia,
But that's
Alzheimer's, et cetera, which is progressive.
Yeah, that's one of the only ones that can kind of halt where it is. But the rest of them, medication can slow them, but they really progress to their end stage.
Yeah.
Nandy, can I make a comment?
Who's speaking?
Sheila.
Hi, Miss Sheila. Yes, please.
I'm still here. Okay. I haven't watched Wendy Williams' documentary yet, and I urge anybody. I know we want people to watch it, but watch it when you're ready to watch it, because it can be very, very devastating to you. I said I can't watch it now. I love her. I'm praying for her, but right now I just can't watch it. I'm going to watch it, but just prepare yourself when you're going to watch it that it's going to be a said thing. It might not be to one person, may be one way, the other may be another, but just make sure you're okay mentally to watch this and process what's going on in her documentary.
Right. Yep. That's a good point. Thank you for making that point. It could be triggering, is what she's saying. For some people, depending on where you are and what you're dealing with. We all are dealing with something or someone in our own way. Every last one of us. You guys don't know what people are going through and dealing with when you don't see them online, or when you do see them online. You have no idea of the things that's going on in the background in their life that they're dealing with. So, allow some people grace, right? To deal with those things, because if you haven't dealt with anything heavy in life, keep living. It will happen to you at some point in time. Let me see. Karen Stokes, why are you on in 2 places? I'm not sure what's happening right now. Okay. So I think that we've covered as much as we could about Wendy. It's a very sad situation. The state, she's like state property at this point, and that's really bad. And all the things that she has to deal with and reconcile within herself. I know that her ex-husband is still trying to get money from her, allegedly, and all that stuff. We said that at the top of the show, so I don't have to keep saying that. That's a whole nother burden. And, it's hard. It's difficult to be married to someone for so long who you think is your person, and they go out and they have a baby on you. Ooh. I mean, how do you come back from something like that? You really can't. And that was like her last straw with him, with the infidelity and everything. So, were you about to say something, Latanya?
Yeah, I was about to say if for anyone that is listening, if you or you have a family member who drinks heavily and you have those concerns, the B vitamins are very important, because the alcohol kind of stops the absorption of the B vitamins, and that studies have shown that in dementia patients, they're lacking in B1, B2, folate, the thiamine, and those are a lot of the vitamins that. And so, if you are or know someone that you got a loved one who hasn't got a handle of it and they're drinking excessively, those vitamins are important that they're taking.
Wow.
Because it does shows that
Slow the absorption.
it slows the absorption of the vitamins when you're an alcoholic, when you're drinking a lot of alcohol.
Slow the absorption of the alcohol, you mean?
No, slow the alcohol causes slow absorption of the B vitamins. So if you're getting the food, you're probably not absorbing enough, so you will need an additional.
Which vitamins?
B1.
Okay.
B1, B2, B9.
Okay.
Folate, thiamine.
Okay.
Those vitamins there are ones that are because I know working in the psych hospital, everyone that came in, whether they was demented or not, because a lot of them were substance abuse, they always was put on B vitamins.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good that's very, very good to know. Not to say y'all should be out here drinking all willy-nilly and then popping B vitamins, to counterbalance it.
Right.
But I mean, it's just really, really, that's very informative to know. So thank you very much for that. I mean, there are, as you would agree, I'm sure a number of things that needs to be done to bring a person back from like alcohol-induced dementia. But that's very good to know about the different B vitamins and such. So
especially
thank you for that.
Refuses, I'm gonna drink when I want to drink, and when I go, some people who are set in their ways, and you're not gonna take their bottle away from them. So that's something to think about, especially if you're noticing forgetfulness and you're noticing behavior problems, and you're having problems with word finding and that kind of thing. That at least that probably would help, especially induced dementia.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Those are very, very good points. Katana said, some of your most laid back individuals are your most dangerous. Those willing to walk away from situations will unalive you in a heartbeat. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Let's see. My parents been together for 60 years and they never put their hands on each other. If they did, I never seen it, just fussing. Different people have different ways of coping with the problems in their life. It may be drinking, it may be fighting physically, whatever it may be. We all have our coping or maybe shutting down. We all have our coping mechanisms. Is she on medication and still drinking? Who's the guardian? They never did say who the guardian is. And she's supposed to be taking medication, and she wants to, you have to watch the documentary. She wants to drink really, really badly. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Wendy doesn't drive. She can't even get out of her apartment because of the lymphedema, that she's suffering from. So she's not a danger to society, maybe to herself, but it's her life to live. It's like, it's almost akin to telling a woman that she can't have an abortion. It's her life. It's her body. And the same Republicans who are so against abortions and want you to bring these kids into the world are the same ones making noise when those same women go to get welfare benefits or help for their kids. It doesn't make any sense, you want them to bring the kids into the world, but you don't want them to get on social programs to help take care of them. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Or they want you to bring the kids into the world, but they're not out here at these foster homes when these kids are being abused by foster parents that don't really want the kid. They're only taking the kid in for the money. And I say all the time, me and my husband talk about it all the time. I say, these people are fighting for people to just keep having babies. But when these babies end up in the system, or any of those people coming off the throne to go to these foster homes and these orphanages and checking on the kids, once they're here, they don't give a flip about them. But you so heard about that child being born.
Right, that part. Miss Julie wanted to know, is there alcohol-induced psychosis? You take that, and I'm going to go off camera for a moment.
Yes, definitely. There's alcohol-induced psychosis as well as drug-induced psychosis, but most definitely, I've dealt with patients with alcohol-induced psychosis, inpatient, and they were, psychotic for a few days, and again, we pumped them with B vitamins, of course, other antipsychotic medications, and I would say maybe 5 days later, that person was like daylight and dark, and then he actually apologized to us because he could remember some of the things that he said to the nurses and how ugly he was to the nurses. And he actually apologized to the nurses, but it took about 5 days of like strong medications and he went in, it was from alcohol induced. So most definitely, yes. And I'll see if I can see any questions while Nandy is gone. But yes, for sure. And the thing about alcohol-induced dementia is it has a very short life expectancy after your diagnosis. It's like a 5-year life expectancy after your diagnosis, and 10 years is the long, the long end of it. But 5 to 10 years is the life expectancy after being diagnosed with alcohol dementia. I guess if they continue to not treat themselves and continue to drink the alcohol. So I'm seeing if any more questions. I don't know, maybe I can't see them until Nandy put them in the banner. I only still see Miss Julie's question.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So your answer was yes?
Yes, I answered that question for her, and the answer is yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Drug as well as alcohol. And
anything that alters your reaction, anything is considered a drug. That's textbook drug 101. Anything that alters your reaction time, speed it up, slow it down, whatever it may be, is a drug. That's what a drug is. And so alcohol being something that obviously impacts and affects your reaction time, certainly, it can bring on episodic psychosis or, mental illness or whatever, different things, just depending on the state of the person without alcohol. Is it something that exacerbates it, when you drink alcohol, so I mean, we're all very fragile beings. We're all very fragile beings. And life, when it starts lifing, there are so many tools that we need to be equipped with to navigate in this space, in this time that we're here on this earth. And some of us have better tools than others. We all have some level of tools, and some better than the others. And but it's all something that lifing is something that we all have to deal with in different capacities at different points in our life. And again, that's why you never know a person who you pick it on. You know what I'm saying? Can we keep it a buck? Because I'm gonna talk about it. I don't give a damn who like it and who don't like it. A person who you are constantly picking on, you don't know what that can do to a person.
Right.
Huh? Don't tell me what I did last year. I'm a different person than I was last year. And so should you be. You, whomever, my mama. Huh?
Right.
Totally different. Because remaining the same person 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you dealing with the same stuff. And you haven't grown and acquired the tools to, to move you on to a better space, to a higher plane of living, not just existing. Then if you're stagnant, then that is a problem. That's a problem. You definitely need to seek better tools to move you from where you were to a new place, in a new space in life. This is extremely very important. Introspection, taking, inventory of yourself. And I'm not saying being perfect. I'm always going to talk about Carmen and Tay. You know why? Because they lied and had me thrown in jail. That is unforgivable. So, but there are ways to do things, that's not damaging, that's not damaging to me, every day and every night doing dark things to people. It takes a toll on your spirit. It makes you a bitter person. And I don't want to be bitter. I want to be better. You can be bitter or you could be better. And I choose to be better. And I don't care who doesn't approve of it, because the internet wants you to just keep being bitter. They want you to keep fucking, you know what I'm saying? Doing things to people and rehashing and doing what you did a year ago, 2 years ago. You do it. Start you a page and you do it.
My mother used to always say, when I was a kid, she would always say, as you get older, you're supposed to become wiser. And as a kid, I had no clue what she was talking about. In my mind, or whatever. But as an adult now, I know exactly what she means, and each experience is different experiences I have that I know that I handle them different now, like knowing sometimes when to run my mouth and when not to. All of those things I go back and I smile and think about. Those are the things my mother was talking about. You know, there's sometimes when I would think it's okay to be a blabbermouth, but as a 55-year-old woman now, I know sometimes it's not okay. Sometimes it's okay to shut up. So all those things give an account to. I'm getting wiser. I see what benefit. I'll ask myself, what benefit do you have for involving yourself in that, and what? So you know, I choose make better choices.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do better.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's incumbent upon all of us to do that. And the people who want to throw daggers at you because they want you to stay where you are and do what you were doing, leave them right where they are. You know what I'm saying? Stuck on that level. But baby, you can stay there and dwell there because I don't live there anymore. Huh? Okay. Period. And that should be every one of us. And I'm not talking about Carmen and Tay. I'm talking about in life, period. That could be anything that's keeping you from advancing spiritually, mentally, socially, emotionally to the next level. Huh?
Right.
You have to be able to do some introspection and, you know, and make the changes, the hard changes, regardless of what other people think. You got your life to live, and I have mine, and she has hers, and et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, you never know what a person's dealing with, like Wendy. You know what I'm saying? You know, right now, this is not the time to kick her back in and talk about, oh, she did all this talking. Now she's a hot topic. This is a human, a spiritual being in human form, dealing with a lot of different things. And she needs help and compassion and not condemnation, period.
And whoever her guardian is, whoever's over her, that documentary should have been shut down with some of the things that just not should have been aired. To me, some of that stuff should have been private, because if she does get herself together, that's embarrassing.
Right.
You know, that's
I mean, I don't know that, to your point earlier about not being able to reverse the effects of alcohol-induced dementia, I don't know that she'll ever be Wendy from 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. But I think that Karen said, I'm so annoyed. I really wanted to get in. Sweetheart, we let you in 15 times. And each time we asked for you to say so. This happens on StreamYard. Y'all have seen this happen before with other people, you know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You've been on the panel. We let you on and we could hear you, but not, we could see you, but not hear you. So, but put your comment, put your thought in the comments. That's fine too. I'll read it. I promise. I'll go ahead and read it. No problem. But we've let you on many times, and I'm not sure what has happened in that space that you weren't able to get on. Let me see. I think the reason continued to lash out at Carmen is because she walks around as if she's untouchable, and she got to deal with her God on that. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Miss Booker. She does walk around, Carmen and Tay. You know what I'm saying? They walk around, you know, and say that they made these changes. Like Carmen says, she's not gonna be responding to people. She just was on live talking about me and my charges and etc. Like, why do you got your mouth on me, lady? Huh? I mean, after what y'all did to me in court, you should never say shit about me again. But just last week, she was talking about me, and y'all told me that she said I was her #1 target. Why? I'm not even fucking with you like the way that I can, you know? So, you know, people again have to do that introspection, and people, to your point, are saying that she walks around like, you know, she's untouchable, and, you know, saying things and then not doing what she says she's going to do, which is not responding to people. I think that for Carmen and Tay, we're not here to talk about them, but y'all brought it up, not me. Okay. I mean, I could talk about who and whatever I want on my page, but y'all put it in the comments about them. So right now, this is not about Carmen and Tay today, but tomorrow is a different story. Okay. So, did you have anything else to say before we move on to the next topic, Latanya? Because we've been on this for quite some time. Who's this person
No.
with the mean face?
I
Cynthia Harris, you about to get blocked. I don't want to hear shit about you made a mistake, huh? Go on and block Cynthia Harris. What were you going to say, Latanya?
I was just saying, no, I don't. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say. Just like Miss Sheila was saying, I think if you ever had an opportunity to, because I will say that I, after working in the field, I actually have a different kind of love for the mentally ill.
Yeah.
And I see them, I want to help them. When I see them, I want to, to do things for them. I find myself wanting to do extra, and especially, of course, I like to give to the homeless as well, but when they're mentally ill and homeless, they have a special place in my heart.
Oh, yes. And are they mentally ill because they're homeless, or are they homeless because they're mentally ill? It becomes one of those, which came first, the chicken or the egg, But there's a lot of homeless people who are mentally ill, and incarcerated people who are mentally ill with unchecked mental illness, or checked, meaning diagnosed, but not taking their medications. I saw it. I was in jail for 6 months. I absolutely saw people completely off their rockers, talking to themselves, urinating on themselves, smearing feces on the wall. And when the medication came around 3 times a day, guess what happened? They declined to take their medication, which was their right to do. So, this world is full of all kinds of people with all kinds of trauma. And depending on the tools that you have, and you're able to work through your trauma. Some people are able to work through their trauma better than most, and then some people like to inflict their trauma on other people. They're going through it. The old cliche of misery loves company, and trauma bonding and all that kind of stuff. Some people do. I mean, that's a very real reality for a lot of people.
Mandy, lots of times they are homeless. More than not, they're homeless because they're mentally ill, because a lot of families don't know how to deal with that mental illness, and a lot of times they burn bridges when they're mentally
ill. Oh yes.
So every mentally ill is not severe. Some of the mentally ill is manipulative things, such as social personality disorder, those kind of things. So they burn bridges with family members, and then people don't want to be around them.
Yes.
So lots of times they end up on the streets due to their mental illness.
Right, correct.
Then, lack of family support, because families don't know how to deal with.
Correct, absolutely.
My heart goes out for anybody that's dealing with a mentally ill family member, because it's hard. It's really hard, and it takes a lot, and you take a lot of beating, whether it's verbal, whether it's emotionally. You yourself as the caregiver for a mentally ill person, you take a lot of beating that no one has no clue what you're going to dealing with a mentally ill person. So lots of times they are homeless because they're mentally ill.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a very, very sad thing. You have to deal with homeless people when you're serving them a certain way, right? First of all, humanely, because they are human beings too. But also you have to enforce structure. Like if you see me out serving homeless people, you'll often hear me tell them, all right, step back, go, just hang on, etc. So you have to give them boundaries and structure, and, and do it in a stern way, but also in a way that doesn't trigger them. And they feel like they are being, disrespected, and etc. Which is triggering for a lot of them, treating them like they don't have dignity, etc. So it's really sad. And I've always had a soft spot in my heart for seniors, babies, and homeless people. Definitely, my whole life. So anybody's like, oh, they're trying to do that because they see me feed, girl, boy, whoever, whatever, anybody in life, man, woman, baby, or child who says that, absolutely asinine, because people have a heart for those who can't do for themselves. That could be a baby, that could be a senior, or a homeless person, and I certainly have always been that way. And I think a lot of us feel that way when we see someone homeless and helpless. We want to do something for them in some
Yeah.
kind of way. So this is a good way to insert about Chef Val and what she's doing for that that gentleman that they've affectionately named Mr. Car Wash. Y'all can go to Chef Val's page, Cooking and Cocktails with Chef Val, and donate to the GoFundMe. If one of the moderators have the GoFundMe, if you can go to her page, get it and pin it, that would be great. You guys, every bit matters. Nobody can save the whole entire homeless population, but Chef Val is doing what she can. It starts with one person at a time.
Yeah.
She's trying to help this gentleman overcome his homeless situation. And it is a big financial burden. I mean, this is not exploiting anyone, scamming anyone. You literally go to her page, you can see his journey. I mean, so make sure that if you don't have, if the link's not pinned here, you can go to Chef Val's page, Cooking and Cocktails with Chef Val, and click on the GoFundMe, or you can just go to GoFundMe.com and type in the search box Mr. Car Wash, and it'll come right up. No amount is too big or small. You guys, make sure that you're supporting that what she's doing with him. This is very important. I know people have tried to stop it. People tried to throw roadblocks up and call the authorities. I mean, just wickedness. Just wicked. No matter if I don't like somebody on this blue app or the red app or not, I'm not going to try to come in between them and helping someone who can't help themselves, a homeless person. I'm not going to make calls. Everybody's like, oh, I don't make calls offline. You're a lie. Y'all will make calls, send emails, and do et cetera, to try to thwart someone, off their track of progress and of success. But I'm here to tell you that you can't close any door that God has opened for anyone. Period. So you guys make sure you go to Chef Val's page and donate to Mr. Car Wash. I don't get a dime. I have nothing comes to me. And what goes to Chef Val, she's putting him up. She's taking care of him. She's taking him off the street. She's buying him food and clothes and pouring into his life. And, there's an expense that's attached to that. And it's a feel-good story. So if you're moved by it and you want to do something to help at least one homeless person, he's originally from Jamaica. He's born in Jamaica, I believe, but he's one of us still. Definitely go and support. And Miss Booker posted the link. It's up now. She said it's pinned below. So you guys go and support that because that's a very important initiative. Were you going to say something, LaTanya?
I was just going to say that when I was working home health for the mentally ill, for the ones that were stable enough, after hours, I would go pick them up and take them for a ride, take them out and get a sandwich. I would do personal things with them after work, just because they didn't get a lot of company, so they were very attached to me because I was one of the only people that they saw every day, because some of them were severe enough that I had to go see them every day. Some of them 3 times a week, some maybe once a week, but the ones that were stable enough, I would go pick them up after work and take them subway or something, or for a ride or something, just to spend some time with them, because working in that field and learning more about it, I just had a soft spot in my heart for the mentally ill.
Yep. Same. I think any decent person would feel compassion for another person who is hurting and who is in the most vulnerable spot in their life, and I don't take delight in that. And some people, they want to turn it into fun, a game, or try to twist the situation, to ridicule it or whatever it may be, or even people, there are people who have whole lives around finding the most damning thing that they could say about people and do it, to no end. I mean, of course, people talk about people. I'm going to continue to talk about whomever I want on my page, but there are some people who delight in somebody's downfall. Like, why would you? It's just insane. So, let me see. Hold on. Angela, you about to be blocked. Have a good one. because I don't know what you did inside the group. I have no idea about what you're talking about whatsoever. But coming on my page to try to tell me about it, something about the group, the private group. Yeah. Now, I guess now you'll be in one of them pissy pussy groups, talking about me or whomever it is that you had a problem with in the group. But this ain't the place to come here for it. She can't see it now because she's blocked. But yeah. Let's see. Nandy, did you see when someone called the authorities on Val about Mr. Car Wash? I was so pissed. Thank goodness they saw her genuine efforts. But what the person or people didn't know when they called the police on Val, Chef Val, is that the police were already involved with the situation. The way I was explained to me when I called to see what I could do as an influencer with the platform to help. I mean, that's what the call was about. The police were already partly sponsoring some of it, had made a contribution, etc. So it was easy to, for whoever called the authorities, it was easy to then turn to the authorities and say, okay, you've been in this since the beginning. And how do we remove this roadblock that someone has maliciously put in place to keep us from helping this man, this Jamaican man, this homeless man, this honored elder in the Black community, whether he's Jamaican or African American or whatever, this helpless person, this person who is desperately reaching out and reaching for a hand up to get off of street drugs and to get off of the ground outside. How could you, anyone in good conscience, try to do something to throw a stumbling block in that process of helping this gentleman?
So
it speaks more to the person than it does the person who's trying to help this gentleman and in this situation. But Val, fortunately, from what I understand, it's on her page, she wrote it up, was able to get all that cleared up, and she's back to finding and forging a path for him to live independently and trying to make a difference in someone's life. That's what it's about. Not trying to throw up a stumbling block and accusations and lies and being malicious just because you don't like somebody. That's fucked up. Whether you like me, whether you like this platform or not, doing something like that, even the devil himself would shake his head and disapprove, because it is the filthiest thing you could do, is try to put something in the way of someone helping someone.
Yeah, that's someone that's probably a brink away from the mental hospital.
That's a good point. Maybe they're a drink away from the mental hospital. Maybe they're already in it. It's just crazy. But yes, Mike Ray, I did hear about that. I did see that on Chef Val's page. She said, thank God they saw her genuine efforts and quickly squashed it. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, calling Chef Val names and, saying that she's taking advantage of him and, using him for her own personal gain. I don't know Chef Val, contrary to what people got in their mind and head. But from what she presents online, she doesn't need a GoFundMe account. She's very well established. So, it's just the wickedness out there is just crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Right.
Let me see. Okay. All right, let's move on. I want to get into this black ice stuff, because this is crazy. You guys make sure you hit the heart, the smiley face, the like, the huggy emoji, etc., etc. Did you want to stay on for this, or did you want to hop off?
Well, I'll hop off and get in the comments so I can chit chat from the comments.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much again. Huh? Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Oh, I was just saying good night to the teammates.
Oh.
Well, saying good night. I'm going to see y'all in the comments.
Yes. Listen, I just want to say thank you so much for your expertise on this subject, on this topic. We really appreciate it. It's always good to have the viewpoint and the thoughts and the opinions and the facts from a well-qualified, well-established source, period. You're a font of great information, and we certainly do appreciate you on this page, bringing credibility to some of the conversations that we have around mental health and different health topics. So thank you so much for your time and joining us tonight. Okay. We appreciate you.
Okay, you're welcome, and I'll see you guys in the comments.
See you in the comments. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, darling. Okay.
Let me see.
So let's get into this black ice stuff. Huh? So as you all know, black ice she was a friend of Carmen and Tay's. All right. She was a friend of Tay's first, and then of Carmen's. Okay. And, she spent time around Carmen and Tay, as they became a couple. Black Ice was there, and, they had a friendship that seemed to work. Black Ice presented herself as a respectable person, often as the voice of reason. We've seen her kind of squash some of the tension sometimes that maybe Carmen and Tay had on camera, or calm Carmen down, or, just different things, just kind of being a voice of reason to a lot of situations, or a few situations that we saw on camera. So it first came out that Black Ice did this phone call to Carmen's former admin. Her name's Tammy, and pretending that she was calling from the Social Security Administration. It was alleged that Tammy was working for Carmen under the table while getting Social Security benefits and collecting a hearty sum from Carmen in cash or Cash App, or however she did it, for to get paid. You all know that's a violation of Social Security. You're not supposed to be working and getting government funds. So Carmen got mad, as the story goes, with Tammy about something. I forget what it was about. They fell out, maybe because Tammy was trying to sell the story, everything she knew about Carmen, which is Tammy a credible person? Not really. No, she's not. I mean, just from what we saw her saying and doing was ridiculous. So how she got in my inbox when she thought that I was gone after my pictures came out, and the slimy shit she said, because Facebook had put me in Facebook jail for one of the comments that I had made to someone for 7 days, but she thought I was going, so she got in my inbox real slimy and grimy. And she has since tried to get into my private group, which is fucking crazy to me. But anyway, I digress. Tammy was out here trying to tell all Carmen's dirt and this and that and third. She's an admin for a long time. So Carmen or Tay, which one of them, probably Tay, who knows, came up with the idea between the two of them. Let's get Black Ice to put on her other voice. If you black, you know. If you know, you know. Let's get Black Ice to put on her other voice to call Tammy and act like she's from the Social Security Administration. Everybody knows the story, so I'm giving a high level overview of what happened. Let's call Tammy and let's act like we're from Social Security, and let's scare her. Let's scare her, because that was the goal, to scare her. And Ice did it. She called and told Tammy she knew she's coming from a call from Social Security Administration. I never really got the whole story, just like the whole drug story. Somebody sent me a clip of someone online talking about I call Ice a cokehead. I never fucking said that. Please roll the beautiful Bing footage. I never said that, ever. I didn't even know when that whole story came out about so allegedly them doing drugs. I don't even know. I thought it was on a yacht or somewhere, wherever it was. I never even reported on that story at all. But people will throw shit out there because they want to tip them scales favorably. But at the end of the day, people know what's up. At the end of the day, I never said anything negative about Ice ever, at all. In fact, I've spoken positively about her on this page. Pull that motherfucking receipt up, because I've never called her a fucking cokehead. I didn't even know. I heard briefly and loosely about, some drugs being supposedly, allegedly done somewhere, but I didn't know that she was doing them and that she specifically was doing coke. I mean, I don't call people cokeheads. I might call you a fucking crackhead. I never called to either one. But calling somebody cokehead is not even my lingo. So, bitch, stop. Anyway, so Ice did what she did, and she got very remorseful for it. She apologized publicly to Tammy. She's very vocal about it. Okay. So we really didn't hear much from Ice after that. I mean, I didn't. I guess she was, doing whatever she do, in life. Life is lifing. But Tammy, you on here? Tammy came on, and before she came on, she had already told me about the fact, Tammy, who was on our show the other day telling us all the tea about what happened at a party in Maryland a few months ago. But Tammy came on and talked about how another influencer had showed Black. I'm gonna say your name because clearly you're gonna repeat this story, and you ain't got no motherfucking qualms about talking shit about me. So me trying to protect you, I'm done with all that. You know what I'm saying? Normally I'd be like another influencer. No, Tammy came on the show and said that Nikki, showed her a video at this party they were both at in DC of Black Ice playing with her. I don't even want to say it like this because that sounds negative. Black Ice pleasuring herself. It's a little bit better. For Noble, who's a regular on Nikki's page. And, Nikki showed them all the video along with some other things that Tammy want to come back on the show and say Nikki said and did and different accusations and allegations that she wants to make. She says she was holding back the first time, but I haven't even brought Tammy on the show because I'm not a messy ass bitch like that. I can get a mess, but I could have had Tammy on here tonight further telling us about some of the sexcapades that she knows about and etc. But I didn't, I saved you, girl. But you don't even be giving a fuck because you... Anyway, so Ice, the video of her pleasuring herself was passed around and ridiculed and laughed at and made fun of and all of that stuff. This is a very serious thing. This is very damaging. Very. And laughing about it and talking about it and showing everybody this lady's whole clitoris, outer lips and inner lips, everything. And making fun of it. So this has been going on. I've been told you guys this because Tammy had been told me this, but then Tammy came on the show and gave her firsthand account of what happened at this party and how this lady was violated, And Ice heard about it because I'm sure she watches the show in the bushes. Ice heard about the live that I had Tammy on and that I had been saying it previously because Tammy had told me. And Ice has a response. She did a response to Nikki showing the video and the repercussions that she is going to be doling out as a in punishment of what Nikki did. She's pressing charges and a number of things. So let's go ahead and listen to what Ice had to say in response to how she feels about the video being shown and even people talking about it and discussing it and the privacy, the violation of privacy that it was and how egregious basically this whole scenario is. And I absolutely have to agree with her. Without further ado, let me go ahead and play it for you guys.
Everything that I'm intended to...
It's dark because she's in a dark car. All right.
Is in front of me. Everything I will be is in front of me. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I love my black lips, both sets. And they're going to go forward right along with me. Let me read something else. I've been posting this, but Facebook keeps taking it away of what I've been trying to post. First and foremost, revenge porn is more about privacy and consent than it is about revenge in porn. To have my personal space violated in the manner for which it was, God saw it first. The statute of limitations was almost up until you all brought it back up. So I thank you all for giving me an additional 6 months. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Again, I've done nothing to no one on this internet except for Miss Tammy. So every word, every slander, every defamation will have its day. Because again, for the month of January, or for the new year, 2024, my name has appeared in 161 moments on this internet. I have spoken of no other content creator. I haven't mentioned anyone's name by name. When I first came on, my very first conversation, actually, before I even came online, was a one-on-one that I thought. But it ended up being a total of about 6 people on the line, listening to a conversation that I thought was one-on-one.
So she's talking about having a conversation with someone, and as a person, this someone said they always have multiple people on the phone, which is a complete violation of privacy, huh? And doing that, if I record someone, no matter who it is, I let them know, hey, this is being recorded. Or in Georgia, you don't need to, I don't even need to do that, because it's a one-sided consent in Georgia. But having people on the phone deceptively and letting them listen into the call so you can laugh and talk about it later, this is what ICE is talking about, which is the fucking deplorable.
I've been known this isn't a safe space. I had to find out the hard way. I've learned valuable lessons along the way.
Hold on, guys. I don't know what StreamYard be doing. It really ticks me off, though. Let's see here. Hang on, please. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay, lovely. I don't have to go through all those motions. There we go.
Everything that I'm into. The victims are overwhelmingly female. 6 people on the line, listening to a conversation that I thought was one-on-one. I've been known.
Terrible.
This isn't a safe space. I had to find out the hard way. I've learned valuable lessons along the way. It's not a chapter in my book, it's a part of my journey. I'm not the only person to be violated in the way I have been. Revenge porn is a serious form of harassment that involves posting or distributing sexually explicit images of another without their permission. The victims are overwhelmingly female, and the damage done to their reputations and well-being can be enormous. Other names for revenge porn include non-sensual pornography, non-consensual distribution of intimate images, and non-consensual dissemination of private sexual images. Sentencing for the offense of revenge porn often involves a prison sentence as both a deterrent and punishment. I'm not seeking to sue anyone. I'm seeking to press charges. Once that is done, I will then seek civil damages for defamation of character. Let me tell my story so you get it right.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Sentencing for the offense of revenge porn often involves a prison sentence as both a deterrent and punishment. Just wanted to reiterate that again. It carries a sentence of up to 2 years imprisonment, and they may also be liable to pay a fine. This criminal conviction would remain on their record and could affect could affect future employment prospects. For someone who has lost $395,000 since November 7th of 2022, I think I can afford an attorney at $15,000. I think I can afford a civil attorney at the cost of $23,000. And I think I can afford a cyber attorney at the cost of $58,000. I don't have to boast about what I have, what I don't have, what I've lost, what I've gained. I make an average of $3.18 here on this Facebook page. I come and go as I please. I am not the villain here, nor am I the devil here. I will not be villainized here, nor will I speak evil of others here. I know the cloth for which I am cut from, and I will remember that every time I get on here. I'm proud of who I am. Black lips and all. Get them from my daddy. Probably the only thing that I'm proud of that he has given me. These. I will smile with them. I will delight with them. I will speak good through them. I will lay the gentlest kisses from them. Them other lips down there, those are mine. Mine to be protected, not violated, and to constantly be found in your mouths. Doesn't speak of me. And I hope that when I'm 93 and 95, I'm still getting it in, y'all. Because life is meant to be lived, and I get to live mine free. I get to wake up free. I get to lay my head down free. It costs me nothing to be here. Facebook pays me $3.18 a month. So you've had your entertainment. You've had your vile moment. You've gotten to see what money will make folks do. I have lost damn near $500,000, and still I rise. Cherubs and cherubus, my angelic ones, you have a frickin' awesome Monday. Say your prayers before you walk about that house, because it is a blessing to return home. Again, they pay me $3.18, but my reach is mighty long. I get about 7,000 households reached, organic households, not no damn bots, not no purchased anythings.
Speak on that about them purchase.
Not the amount of people
followers
that like the side of my page, not the amount of hearts that go
Facebook
up.
frowns on that if they find out.
My reach.
They'll snatch everything you ever
My
worked
reach
for.
is up 888% this month. So keep on coming over here to the coochie spot.
Keep coming to the coochie spot, she said. You heard it from Ice. She's devastated by this, and as she should be, and she should seek money for her pain and suffering. This is terrible. Mike Ray made a great point. She said, this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, that something like this could have caused her so much embarrassment. She could have committed, behind that girl's actions 100%. This is something, people have done that for less. They have committed Hello Kitty for less than what has happened to Ice. This is humiliating. I'm being serious. I wouldn't give a damn if my mama did it. Okay? So I'm not saying this because somebody did it. I don't give a damn who did it. If I had done it. This is humiliating. This is embarrassing. This is this could send someone into a deep depression, or wanting to do something to themselves from the shame, maybe the embarrassment. Somebody also wanted to know, why did she put it online? She didn't put it online. The way the story goes, Tammy, you were here. I saw you said you were here. Tammy, you on here? Black Ice and Noble were sharing, from what I understand, explicit photos. I don't know if they were interested in one another sexually, etc. Tammy said, yes, I'm here. Okay. You want to come on, Tammy? And tell us a bit more about it, because she showed it to Tammy and everyone. You know what I'm saying? And Ice found out. Who else she showed it to? Obviously not just them. She showed it to. Who else did she show it to? Nobody's off limits. You don't even know these women, and you showing intimate photos that Noble. It wasn't posted online for the person who's like, oh, it was posted online. Black Ice and Noble were, for what I understand, I know Black Ice was pleasuring herself, but I believe Noble was too. I'm not sure. But Ice sent it to Noble, and Noble in turn, lo and behold, thought it was amusing enough to send to Nikki. And Nikki in turn showed it to people at this party she was at, and probably everywhere she goes, who knows, but she showed it to Tammy, and Tammy saw it. No, you tired? Okay, we'll go to sleep then. So that's the way that the story went, the way that Tammy explained it on the show, and the way I understood it before the show, is that this video was shown. It's the video shown around the world. So that was Black Ice. And Nurse Latanya said, exactly, this could have pushed her over the top. We just talked about this, how things like this could, push someone over the edge. Karen said, I did, and I saw that Nikki was sharing the video, but why share it with her? Why share it with who? Tammy, she shared it with anybody who had eyes. What are you saying, Karen? I'm not understanding. Let's see. Tammy said, no, they were doing it together. Oh, okay. See, there it is. Tammy said Noble and Ice were playing with themselves, and Nikki showed it. So I don't know why Noble's not upset about it. Maybe she is, child, between that and the boat ride and the money and the this and the that. Maybe dark souls be working together and they gonna stick together, period. But Noble and Black Ice were pleasuring themselves as grown adults have the right to do. Huh? They have the right to do, and they also have the right to do it without it being distributed and shown to other people, without having their privacy violated. Absolutely. Let's see. Nikki sounds like she plays in the lady pool. She does. She said that she and her boyfriend do one another. They go out and they find women to take back into their bedroom. This is what she said. Okay, so these are your motherfucking words. Okay, I'm just repeating them. So yeah, she definitely plays in the lady pool. She said so. Why share it with Nikki? You mean, why didn't Noble share it with Nikki? For the same reason I just said, they are the same ilk, right? This should have been something that was a private, something that was completely exclusive and not to be shared. Noble shared it with Nikki because they're the same kind of person. Obviously, because Nikki turned around and shared it with everybody else, which is terrible. I'm dead ass. I don't give a fuck if my favorite sibling had done this. I would be saying the same thing. It's terrible. Mike Ray said, Karen Stokes, listen up. No one can answer that question but Nikki. But there is no answer for her actions. Just let's keep it real. She has no valid response for her actions, period. She doesn't. There's no reason. And of course, we know it's true because Black Ice didn't deny that there's a video of her doing this to herself. So we know Tammy's not lying. I never thought she was lying about anything she said. We don't know why Noble showed it to Nikki and why Nikki in turn showed it to a bunch of strangers. We don't know. We just know it happened. And Ice is furious about it, and I do understand. Okay. Tammy said, next time I'm on, if you would allow me to talk about the Jamaica trip Nikki went on with Kim and her wife, that's a whole nother show. Oh. See, I don't be trying to fuck with anybody. You know, Tammy comes up to me with this information and she'll tell you. Tammy wanted to come on the show a couple of days ago to give her continuation of the shit that she held back on. I was like, let's chill. You know, but people don't be grateful for my self-restraint. They don't. No, they don't. They wanna keep doing what they're doing and then get mad when I say something back. Or I let somebody come on here and say whatever. But I don't even let everything come through the gates. I don't. It's people in my inbox who want to talk about a few influencers. And I'm like, let's chill. But yes, Tammy, when next time you come on, she said, next time I'm on, if you would allow me to talk about the Jamaica trip Nikki went on with Kim and her wife. That's a whole nother story. Was something happened on that trip? Was there a sexcapade? Why people want to fuck with me? I don't be fucking. I don't care to know any of this. Really, I don't. But because people keep sticking their fucking finger through that cage, poking the bear, meaning me. The people be trying to come. People want to come forward. It's a big interview brewing. It's a big interview brewing, honey. I didn't reach out to this person. They reached out to me. You know, it ain't Tammy, who know a ton of shit about Nikki. Situation, life situation, everything. They know a lot about it. And it's probably not who you even think it is. It could be her mama. You don't know. It could be, but there is, I mean, they're wanting to come on and speak up and speak out. And I'm not in a rush to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like them. Yeah, let's bring them on the show. Let's talk about them bags. Let's talk about this and Nah, everything has its time, its place, its moment. But please know that there is a ton of information out there that the people want y'all to know. Tammy's one of them. She letting y'all know right now. In Jamaica, we all saw the video when they were all there. You know, Tammy wants to talk about what happened. Noble is upset, but they made up. Was upset, but they made up. That would be unforgivable. That would be unforgivable for me. 100%. So again, why share the video with Nikki? Where did the trust come from? Girl, I don't know. I didn't lie about anything. I believe you. Bring on Tammy. Tammy claims she tired, child. Let her rest. I never force anybody to come on this show. I don't even be asking people. People tell me, hey, I want to come on your show and talk about X, Y, and Z. Huh? How are people really mad? Because I don't be going out looking for dirt on your ass. People come to me with it, and a lot of stuff I don't even let come on the show. For a lot of you influencers. Tammy, make sure your beer is ice cold. I'm ready. Why would Nikki even want to keep that in her phone? Right. Noble sent it to you. You know, you can't control when somebody sends you something, but to your point, you can control who you show it to and the fact that you kept it. Tammy, I'll Uber you a 6-pack on ice. Damn, y'all desperate for Tammy to come on the show. I'm not even that pressed for it. Even though I have every right to bring people on here to say what they want after all the shit that's been said about me and my personal affairs and all the lies that's been made up about me. I ain't even pressed to get on the show. I ain't black-hearted like that. Yes, please let me know when Tammy hold the platform, because baby, Tammy is a whole vibe and I'm here for it. I also need Tammy to have cocktails too. Her new name is Auntie Tammy, the Truth Teller. Tammy said, okay. Total betrayal of trust. I agree. Going to run up that bag and bring them on. Them numbers going to run up. Because she probably wanted them to do her. Is why she shared the video. I don't know. See, I'm not like them. I'm not going to be speculating and making memes and shit. Like dumb shit. And then get mad when somebody have conversations like this. You invite it. You invite these conversations. All the shit y'all be doing on your pages and talking about. And you better be careful, because I know for a fact that you purchased 10,000 followers. And I know for a fact that Facebook, when they find out about that, they will shut all your shit down. So it's the complete opposite. And you won't even be able to open another page. They frown very hard on shit like that. They want you to have organic users and an organic user experience, not buying people so you can cheat the system to get monetized. Child, I thought you had 40-something thousand followers, 44-something thousand, 45, whatever it is. You can't get 10,000 of the motherfuckers on the new page. You got to resort to buying 10,000 followers in 2 or 3 hours. Oh yes, I saw that number jump from 3.5 to 13K. Okay, you ain't even try to be discreet and do it in increments. I mean, it's the second page we've seen that happen with. I ain't even dirty, baby. I'm busy when I'm not online. I could send a well-placed, me and everybody else, to well-placed letter to Meta and have them look into it and have your fucking page snatched again. And wouldn't this be the second page she got snatched? Have this one snatched. You have another page snatched again. Is it worth it? I mean, damn. If you got people who fuck with you like that and who rock with you like that, you don't need to buy fake followers. Let me show you. Y'all know how easy it is to buy 10,000 followers, 20,000, 100,000. Probably all the ones that I never understood how you got 2.5 times more people. Child, let me let this go. Because I already said that somebody said, yeah, I think Nikki like coochie. Yes, she already said that she does. That's what she said. I think it's okay to say forget it, write it, regret it. Documented proof can't be denied. What's up, Timothy? I'm still gagging at the fact that anyone would want to see Nikki. Would want to see Nikki black lips, not you, Ice Nikki, copycat in a sexual manner. I don't know, child. Mike Ray said, Latanya, she admitted to being with women in her younger days. She still goes both ways. And that's her business. See? I can speak objectively. I don't have to, beat her down in the ground and bring up all her private personal information and drag it from here to hell and back. You know what I'm saying? That's Nikki's business if she wants to be with a woman. That's her business. None of our business. It's her prerogative. She can do it if she wants to. But when you start showing other people pleasuring themselves, in the privacy of their own home, thinking just like they thought the phone call was private, not with a whole football team on the line. She's admitted to doing that too. I always got people on the line when I call somebody. You know how big of a fucking liar you got to be to get people, a whole football team of people to vouch for you when you say something, because you need them all on the line to hear what you're saying and what they said, because you're a big liar. So you got to have these people to back you up when you say something. I mean, that's just fucking terrible. You guys, make sure you please hit the heart, the smiley face, the like, the huggy emoji. Hit that thumbs up and share this live. It's free 99. I promise you it is. All of my 18,000 something followers, it says almost 20,000 behind the scenes, but I don't know why they only show 18, whatever it is. acquired organically over time. Y'all see, I'm still at that 18,000 mark. It takes time to progress. You know what I'm saying? From milestone to milestone. You don't jump from 3.5. You skipped all over 5,000. You ain't have a celebration for that. You skipped all over 10,000. That's a huge milestone. You ain't have a celebration for that. Got to 15,000 in 2 hours. I saw it. In 2 hours. I mean, the kind of person who would do that is the kind of person who would lie about getting money from senior citizens. Huh? Come on. Can we keep it real? Can we keep it a buck right now? Kind of person who would, child, I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. Yep, be bisexual if that's who you are. We really don't care. We really don't give a damn. Somebody said, Tammy, we love your realness. Nandy, when you buy followers, does that boost your payout? Because that would not seem fair. Because if that was possible, everyone will be doing it, I'm assuming. Okay, so listen, this is how it goes. Real quick, high level overview. There are certain requirements that you have to have before you get paid on Facebook. Okay. And that includes 10,000 followers. You have to be on Facebook for 30 days, 30 or 60 days. You have to have a certain amount of watch time videos, like people watching your videos, certain hours required. It's over 100,000. Okay. And that's it. So people will go live on a page that's not monetized to get that page monetizable, if that makes sense. And in Nikki's case, she goes live on all these different pages that she has, like that 2.0 page and the Hoasia and all those other pages that she has. She'll go live on them, and that's okay. You know, she do your thing, girl. I'm not. She goes live on them, but she's trying to get to that sweet spot, that number that Facebook requires you to have people watch your videos. But the problem is people aren't really watching those videos on Hoasia. It's maybe 100 people on there. Maybe 2 on a good day, 200. The 2.0 page. I mean, she had to lie on Darnell. Hey, Darnell, I know you watching. She had to lie on Darnell's name and say Ghost Boy's going to be live, whether people knew about it or not. That's the highest viewed video she's had in years. 13,000. But that's a mild day for us on this page. And you have 2.5 times more viewers than we have followers. So you should be doing 30,000 people. You should be doing twice our numbers. But whatever. Back to the question at hand, which is, will the followers boost your payout? No, they won't boost your payout because you're just satisfying that the monetary piece of it, right? The number. You're just satisfying the number of followers. But those, you still have to make numbers and have your videos get certain amount of views to get a decent payout on those videos. But if you're just buying people, which she's frowned upon and talked about Carmen and Tay for doing this for the longest, like it was such an abomination, but here she is. It's the second page doing the exact same thing. But so no. And eventually Facebook finds out, either because somebody sends them, they get lots of notes from people, and or they do periodic reviews or people reporting the profile, all those kinds of things. They find out and they will shut all your shit down for that, because that's not what Facebook is about. That's not how Facebook makes money. Facebook doesn't make money by you buying seat fillers. They make money by people liking what you're saying on your page and then following your page and watching the ads and engaging in the comments and, tuning into your show. It's in the middle of the night. And right now we have over 700 people on our live. 564 on Facebook and 137 on YouTube. And at a couple of, maybe 40 minutes ago, we had like 900 people on our live, and it's in the middle of the night. If this was in the middle, if you coming on in the middle of the day and your numbers are only 100 and something, 200 and something, what are you really, like, who's really checking for you? Whoever it may be. My mama, she ain't on social media, even though you motherfuckers lied and said she was a criminal. Are you fucking nuts? My mother not even on social media, never have been, and never set foot inside a precinct again. But I digress. So yes, that 10,000 checks that box. Like, okay, you got your 10,000 that you bought fraudulently. And so she still has to work to get her numbers up on video views and stuff like that. And perhaps she already has them. But I haven't seen a commercial. And if I do see one, that's going to be a problem, because we out here getting it how we get it. If you so popular, you so popping, you so this and you so that, you shouldn't have any problem getting people to watch your videos, getting people to follow your page to the tune of 10,000 people organically, etc. Going and sneaking and buying followers and then trying to make your gullible ass followers who do follow your page for real believe that you thank you for 15K. Y'all, not y'all, them. They're the zummies who sit under her foot. I can never. Because if you lying and conniving about that, bitch, I can't trust you for anything you say. If you out here showing coochie popping videos, people personal private time, I can't trust you. You 15 deep on a fucking phone call when you call somebody, I can't trust you. I mean, I can keep going on and on. I can get y'all in the comments to say what you can't trust about somebody. Okay? But we ain't gonna even go there. She irks the shit out of me. I mean, what's up, Alicia? You like, hey, what's up, girl? Haven't been here in a while because life happens. You ain't lying. But I love seeing you, Nandy. Thank you so much. Yet she claims to be real. Okay, girl. But please believe it's shit brewing in the background. I don't know why you thought it was okay to pick on me and then be making people think that I came for you. A lot of these influencers are like that. Oh, they be picking on me, so here I go. I'm going to talk about them. Oh, they be trolling me. I don't troll no fucking body. Now, I've trolled Carmen and Tay. That is true. I've picked on them. That is true. I'm going to continue to troll their ass because they did lie and get me thrown in jail. And it's up right now. It's up and stuck because that's not some shit you can come back from. But to Shuderica, I know how to do it in a way that's not hurting my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Etc. But some people are so heartless and so cold and just devious. You know what I'm saying? That even after they recognize that they're doing something that doesn't serve them, that's not going to elevate them, that's not going to advance them in life in any way, not spiritually, not emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Not even really socially, because people get tired of hearing about the same fucking people all the time. We try to mix it up on the show. We got 80 million pages, but you're doing the same shit on each page. Even now, Hoasia is a page with the bullshit. Well, didn't y'all send me something today saying she was on Hoasia crying about backstabbers and this and that and the third? Do that shit on your personal page, not your business page. Huh? People get mad when I start talking like this, but you've been fucking with me, making up lies on people like my mom and shit, and then try to convince people that I fuck with you. Or you some other nigga somewhere else fucking with me and got your mouth on me. And when I say something about you, now it's, oh, this girl be picking on me and trolling me. Okay. What's up, uppity cousin? It better be up and stuck with them. You better know it. I don't know what they telling y'all about how we made kiss and made up. Nah. You can't come back. You can't come back. You can come back from a lot of things, but that right there, I can't forgive that. I've missed a lot. Was she in an ATL for court today? We ain't talking about that today. Those are the type of people that come in soaking wet and tell me it's raining outside that I will go look for myself. Wow. Let me see. Oh, Nandy's sisters. What are you talking about, Karen? You about to get put on. You just be saying random stuff, and I love you. You my girl, but what are you talking about? But Mike Ray got you straight. Nandy, Karen, they didn't find Nandy's sisters, girl. You can't believe anything. Come on now, let's not go there. That part. Like, why would you even put that ridiculousness on my page? She don't need to read your last comment. She read your first comment. You said you didn't believe them. I'm just mentioning it in connection to the comments about her mother. These are the type of people that I'm sorry, I read that one. Karen, that wasn't her sister. You have not heard Nandy acknowledge that was her sister. So stop. Correct. And she had the nerve to body shame Kim's wife. What do you mean she body shamed Kim's wife? I don't know what is that? I mean, I know what it means, but oh God, Larry wants me to block Karen. I can't do that. I can't do that. I have a personal relationship with Karen outside of this social media. I mean, not like that, but you know, with a lot of y'all. And she just said something that was I don't know why she said that. She was talking about her breasts. Mike Ray said, Karen, why even say it on Andy's platform? Stop it. Talking about her breasts. And then Hazel said her breasts. What about her? Whose breast? Charette's breast? Put Karen in a timeout. Oh my God. Just get on StreamYard. Tammy ain't that kind of person. She ain't getting on StreamYard. Maybe Tammy, you had your liquid, your gas yet, honey? We'll save Tammy for another time because we've already been on 2.5 hours. Let me see. What's up, lady? It's pronounced Aisha. Coach, like the song Aisha. Yeah. Did I say your name and not pronounce it correctly? If I did, I do apologize about that. You have a hangover? Oh my God. Tammy says she had a hangover, y'all. Let her come when she's ready. Right. See, I don't even be pressing people to come up here on this show. I don't. Because people going to speak when they get ready to speak and when it's time to speak. And, you know, if I find them credible, I'll let them on the show. But you can't just get in my inbox and tell me Nikki did X, Y, and Z to you. And I'm going to just put you on here and let you say that. I'm not going to do that. Nope. I'm going to see if I'm going to fill it out and see if what you're saying is true. If I feel it's true. You got anything to back it up, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not just going to let you on the page talking crazy about somebody, even if I don't fuck with that person. And that is the difference between one of the many differences between me and a lot of other people. Sorry for the question. I know I can believe what you say. I'll keep quiet. What happened, Melissa? Because it's up right now. Tammy said she was talking about Charette's breasts. Not that Nikki was. I mean, that's just terrible to talk. One thing about me, this is why I have a lot of my friends are friends from over 20 years. Not a lot because I don't have them. I can count on one, maybe two hands, 2.5. How many friends I have, actual friends. Okay. People, you just can't even trust people. You know what I'm saying? People will collect a lot of data on you, and then when they get mad, they will use it against you. I can't stand a bitch like that at all. When they get mad at you, they're going to put all your business out there, your information. They're going to talk about you. That is a weak, insecure ass broad or man, if it's a man doing it. Terrible. Because if I fall out with you and we've been friends, guess what? I'm not going to show somebody your pussy popping video. And she hadn't even fallen out with Noble at the time. If you did this to a friend, I hate to see what the fuck you did to somebody who turned enemy. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy. Y'all say put Karen in a timeout. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Listen, guys, let's get off of here because we've already been on for 2.5 hours. That K didn't like them. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. But please believe there are people who who wants and is ready to come on this show, baby, who's getting their own information and receipts together. And if I let it happen, it's gonna be epic. If I bring them on this show, I promise you that shit Tammy said, not, the stories Tammy told, etc., and recounted, it's gonna make it seem like a bedtime story, baby. That's gonna be a green eggs and ham story compared to this shit. Okay? I'm not even eager to do it like they will be. But, I'm gonna consider it. Govern you motherfucking selves accordingly. Find some other shit to talk about. Or not. Keep doing what you do. But that's one. The sad part about it, that Sherette really showed Nikki love. Sherette really liked Nikki. She broke down and cried when she found out Nikki had said all that shit. The sad part about it is that Sherette really showed Nikki love. Even when they were feuding, Sherette said she hated that Nikki was hurt in the mess. So she sit up and talk about all of her sisters to one another. I would never trust her. I can't trust somebody. We ain't even beefing, and you showing my vaginal videos. You showing me and a whole nother grown adult doing what adults do in the privacy of their homes. I don't know why Noble sent her that video. That was mistake number one. But Nikki sure showed it, and now the whole world knows about it. Somebody send me a pussy popping video. I'm gonna say, why would you send me this shit? Huh? This is like, why would you send this to me? And then I would delete the video, and I probably would block the person, but I definitely wouldn't fuck with them like that anymore. Because if you sending me this, what are you sending about me? You know what I'm saying? What else are you sending out to other people? And if you showing my video, this graphic, explicit adult porn, to random strangers for shits and kicks and giggles, that's crazy to me. But people following whoever they want and do what they do. But what happened with Nikki and Carolyn? You mean Miss Marion's daughter? They haven't been commenting on each other's posts lately. She falls out with everyone. It's about time for that to blow up too. Miss Carolyn's daughter is so sweet. I think that Miss Carolyn's daughter, Miss Marion's daughter, I think Carolyn is has a sweet nature, but we all know that she definitely can get turned. You know what I'm saying? If you go too far with her, like fucking with her mama, making up shit on her mama, like they did with me. I think she's smart. Miss Marion is smart. Miss Marion watches everything. She sees everything. Carolyn sees everything too. I don't know. I never spoke to Carolyn before, but she seems perfectly lovely. She's smart, and she know about street shit. And she ain't the one that's going to send a video to Nikki of her doing whatever to herself or with her man. She ain't going to send that to Nikki because she already know. She know what's up. Let me just put it like that. I don't know what happened with them. They could be bosom buddies. I don't know. But Carolyn is smart. She knows what's up. Period. She can't be trusted. People haven't learned that yet. That's crazy. And Nikki is the kind of person, while we're on the subject, she needs to get people to fight her battles for her. You know what I'm saying? She'll go and beg a nigga to go talk about me on their show. Oh, go talk about it, please. Please, she said this about me. Go drag her on your show. I ain't never had to get another influencer on my page to drag any bitch on this internet, bitch or nigga on this internet, ever. I stand on my own too. I come right here and I talk my shit. I ignore a lot of things. Like, people say all kinds of stuff about me. I don't have a knee-jerk reaction every time someone says something about me. That's only a psychopath does that. Or talk shit about people and act like, when they respond, act like, oh, they came for me. A lot of influencers do that. But this is a manipulation tool to get you talking about them, etc., etc. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Huh? But yeah. The fact that she kept the video and was going around showing it like a kid is repulsive. That lets you know the level of immaturity, 100%. Sharette, please keep Nikki out your house. Sharette, Kim's wife. It's Tammy is saying, Sharette, please keep Nikki out your house. Please, I'm begging you. Tammy knows a lot. Nikki was, as Tammy said, she gave her a perk, and she ain't telling y'all about she told me about it, but I ain't gonna tell y'all about the other perk 30 she got from somebody in the same scenario and setting. But she's trying to protect the innocent child and just talk about what she, talk about keep it on her. But and drinking and doing things like that, she had a loose mouth, and Nikki's not loyal to anyone. We've seen it many times. I mean, that is what the fuck it is. So yes, she was talking about X, Y, and Z with all of them. How would she know that video existed if Nikki didn't show it to her? So there's truth to it. And you have, child, it's a lot. But Tammy's saying, Sharette, please keep Nikki out of your house. Please, I'm begging you. What does that even mean? That Nikki had something inappropriate going on? I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't know. So we'll save that for the next time you come on. See, things like this start coming out when you start doing the most on your page. I was not messing with this girl. Y'all all know this, even though she'll lie and say I was. Shit just be falling in my lap. I don't even be pressing for it. Don't fuck with her mama. One thing for sure, streets recognize streets, no doubt. Y'all don't need to worry about Miss Marion daughter, baby. She knows what's up. That definitely wasn't cool. What if someone did it to her sons? She wouldn't want it shared. Exactly. That's exactly right. Nobody would want it shared. Who would want that shared? I mean, the same way I'm sure Nikki don't want this information that I be telling y'all about her shared, but you steady sharing other people information and talking about other people to bring something positive and progressive to your page. Like we be having different professionals who come on and speak about a number of different things, from psych to the gut to this to that, and back again, or just me sitting here talking about the things that I know and talking about the things that you all know. But talking about somebody and begging your social media influencer friends to get in your comments and drag a person that ain't got no fucking beef with them. It's lame as fuck. Or go on their page and drag a person for you because you can't do it by yourself. I'm just one person, but you got to get all these people. It's lame as fuck. I don't do that. That kind of person isn't loyal even to themselves. Yes. So y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, and I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. So don't expect me to change and completely stop saying your name or giving people a platform to tell their stories, because baby, it's a big one. It's a big one that's sitting already. And I promise you, this ain't some shit you want to get out. So go on over there. Go on over. I can't see you even say going over there to Carmen and Tay. Folk, do talk about something else. Do something else. I ain't even just talking about me at this point, child. Mix it up. That definitely wasn't cool. That kind of person isn't loyal. Nikki is a bizarre broad. I wouldn't fuck with somebody who knows my dirt, my real tea. You know what I'm saying? Where the bodies are buried. I wouldn't fuck with them. I wouldn't be talking about them. I wouldn't be doing anything to them. I would be, or somebody like me who could give a platform to somebody who knows your tea. And you can't reason with an unreasonable person, though. We've already discussed this on the show. She constantly harps on the same. Yes, we know about the charges. We know about the bankruptcy. We know you want me to go to jail so bad and hell. We know about this already. Talk about some other shit. Because I promise you, these people coming forward and they want to talk about you, and I'm the only thing standing in between that. Can you understand that? You know what? I don't even think this is 100% Nikki herself. I think that she got a bitch in her ear who is constantly encouraging her to go down this wrong path that she's down. Because why would you, if you fucking with somebody like maybe it's somebody who don't got these connections of people who know your dirt like I do, okay, or a random person on the internet, maybe. But the fact that people know you and got receipts on you, and you have talked to them about different things that are very damaging and damning and showed them things, and I'm the only person standing in between that person in the world knowing the shit, why would you? But she got a bitch in her ear who won't have anything to lose because they're not on social media. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they are, but they're not. This particular one is not on social media and got an axe to grind and steering her in the wrong fucking direction, because I would have been left somebody like me alone. On God. What? She know about, I showed the pussy popping video. She know I got a perk 30 and a perk 10 at the party. She know I was dancing and grinding up and doing X, Y, Z. She know I fucked so-and-so, mate. Oh, I'm going to let them tell y'all that. That's allegedly, honey. You know I let so-and-so eat my pussy? Why would you fuck with me when I could let all these cats out the bag on your ass from credible sources? Because as far as I'm concerned, Tammy's a credible source. Since she talked about that video, that wasn't a lie. That was confirmed by ICE. That's enough credibility for me. And this person sitting on Ready, oh, they're very credible. So be smart about your movements, your next movement, sweetheart. Even if you done did enough shit and lied and said enough shit that, yeah, I can open this gate for these people and feel and have my conscience clear about it. Well, she poked the bear, so get her ass, release on her. You know, there's a certain way we do things over here. It's her snotty nose, bro. Oh my. You know, you just dropped something, Nandy. I don't know what that means. When she was talking about what you owed in taxes only speaks of the amount that you must have made to even owe that amount in taxes. But she had a whole, not too long ago, she done filed several tax, bankruptcies. And one of them had over $100 and something thousand for all of these technical schools she was going to, ICC Tech and all that shit. I just don't understand it. Like, I had no venom for this lady. I had no reason to go for her, come for her, none of that. You know what I'm saying? My focus was on Carmen and Tay, and I've said that on this page. I'm not talking about anybody but Carmen and Tay for months, for years. I've been saying that, but you got this bitch in your ear who making you think that you should go deeper and harder. Meanwhile, I got people who got damaging shit on you. Nah, Nandy, she has multiple personalities, and that is who's in her ear. Nah, it ain't just that. Nikki came to me with a whole motherfucking laid out public apology she did several times on an apology tour to me, trying to send me some of them juices for a gift and all of this and that and the third. No. She did that before the hoes got in her ear with that public apology. But now it's like a personal axe to grind, and they don't give a fuck how much I keep revealing about her or other people. They just want to grind their axe with me. And she need to be smarter than that, letting motherfuckers use her in that way. It's a million things to talk about. And growing your page organically, maybe if you talked about other shit, you won't have to buy 10,000 followers like you definitely fucking did. I ain't even a dirty broad to go in the... I haven't even reported your ass yet to Facebook about it. Or try to get your page snatched because of that. That's definitely a flag on the play. And they can see that. You think Facebook can't see that you got an influx of 10,000 people between this time and day, on this day? They can absolutely see it. They just need somebody to point them in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of people. Shut up, Larry. Yeah. Talk about some other shit. Maybe you can get your page to 10,000. You don't have to buy all. People will come over there. People are not watching them videos. People are not. We at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I still have more people on than you have at 10 o'clock in the morning. 11, 12, whenever you be doing them shits. On whole Asia and this and that and third. And even now on your main page. You know? Maybe you get this in the middle of the night. This is pretty good for 1 o'clock in the middle of the night. But stay over there on your perch and talk about shit that people want to hear about and talk about and break down, go down deep, drill deep down into different things that's, you know, affecting the world, doing hot topics and stuff. Do that, you know? Maybe people won't be coming out the woodwork to air all your dirty laundry. I'm the only thing standing between them and the world knowing all your shit Remember that. How is she having a fashion show with no fashions? And my Dwight from Housewives voice. How dreadful. You forgot that part. All right, let me get off of here, y'all. Let me get off of here. And Nandy folks have lives at 10 a.m. and it's busy time even if we're sleeping. Nandy folks have lives. And 10 a.m. is a busy time even if we're sleeping. What are you saying? Karen, are you drinking tonight? What's happening right now? What are you saying? Are you saying that people should be on live at 10 a.m.? That's exactly the point that I'm making. You know, you shouldn't have a problem getting up to 1,200 people at 10 a.m. or at least past 500. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys, let me get off of here. Because, baby, the tea that I got. And why are you trying to do a so-called... Why are you trying to fuck with... Like, don't fuck with people who know your tea. That's life 101. Huh? Don't fuck with people who know your personal tea offline. That would be me, Tammy, and others who beating my door down, child, to get this tea out here to the world. All right, guys, let me get off of here. You all have a lovely, lovely rest of the night / morning. It's 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time here. I appreciate all of you for your contributions in the conversation. Nandy, don't dangle the carrots. I appreciate you guys for your interactions, your conversations, your conversation around some of the hard discussions that we have sometime on this panel, and being open and honest and, and sharing parts of yourselves that are vulnerable and very private. So thank you for sharing your personal stories and just for being a teammate. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today's Wednesday now. We will be on tonight for Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, head on over to patreon.com/Nandy After Dark, or just go to Patreon and look for Nandy After Dark. Sign up on Patreon. It's $20, and then go over to YouTube. It's $1, so it's $21 a month. We will be on tonight talking about some other things, some further hot topics, etc. I don't know if Tammy's coming on there tonight, but we will definitely see about it. All right. You guys have a lovely, lovely rest of the night / morning, and I will see you on the next episode of Nandy After Dark. Bye.